You are not fixing your specific person when you are affirming for them. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to my channel. This is Priya, your manifestation coach. And in this video, I wanted to shine some light on why you are never fixing your specific person when you are affirming for them. But first, if you would like to get coached by me, I offer an online course, Manifest Your SP Mastery, where I show you step by step how to manifest your specific person. I also offer one-on-one coaching to help you manifest anything that your heart desires. And finally, I also offer monthly membership coaching. This is where you can get live coaching with me on a weekly basis to really stay on top of your manifestation game. Now, you can get access to any of these offerings by simply clicking the link below in the description box. Okay, let's get back to this video. You are never fixing your specific person when you are affirming for them. Now, I really wanted to shine some light on this because a lot of you still think that you are fixing your specific person when you are affirming for them, that you're trying to change them when you're affirming for them, when in reality, this is absolutely not what's going on. So let's take an example here. Let's say that you desire a version of your specific person that is affectionate. And maybe right now you have a version of your specific person that shows you like zero affection. And your preference is, I want a version of my specific person that shows me affection because that's how I like to be loved. But you have a story that says otherwise. And hence, your specific person is showing up in accordance to the story that you have about them, which is, my specific person never shows me affection. Because that's the story you have. So that's the version of them you've selected. So that's how they're showing up in your 3D reality. That's how they're treating you. So now, let's say that you begin to affirm, my specific person is constantly showing me so much love and affection. And you begin to saturate your subconscious mind with this day in and day out, so that this becomes the new story you are telling, so that this becomes the dominant story that you're telling. When this story becomes dominant within you, dominant meaning you're telling this new story more than you're telling the old story being, my specific person is never affectionate with me, your subconscious mind will always produce proof of the dominant story you are telling. This is as simple as it gets when it comes to manifesting a version of your specific person that you desire, right? You saturate your subconscious mind with a new story that implies your end. When this becomes a dominant thought that you are thinking, your subconscious mind will produce proof of this to you in your 3D reality. This is when you will manifest the version of your specific person that is always loving and affectionate towards you. Now, when people are affirming, so let's say you're affirming, okay, my specific person is always loving and affectionate towards me. What you want to remember is that by you affirming this, you are not trying to fix the version of your specific person that is currently in your 3D reality that is showing up as the version that is very unaffectionate towards you. Okay, that version of your specific person that is unaffectionate towards you is one version of them. And you are never fixing this version of them. And that's why it's a waste of time to try and convince them otherwise in the 3D, to try and convince them, I want you to be more affectionate with me. It's a waste of time trying to convince them because creation's finished, okay? This version of your specific person that is not showing you any affection will never change. You are not changing this version of your specific person. You are simply selecting a different version of your specific person from the quantum field that is already affectionate, that loves being affectionate with you. You're literally selecting a different version of them. That is what is happening when you are affirming. And it's so important to understand this because if you come at it from the approach of you're trying to fix your specific person in the 3D, you're trying to change them, then you are always going to be aware of the problem, right? That you're trying to change them, you're trying to fix them. And here's the thing about that. You cannot be aware of the problem and the solution at the same time. It's impossible. You're either aware of the problem, which is specific person is unaffectionate with me, or you are aware of the solution, which is my specific person is always loving and affectionate with me. It's one or the other. You cannot be focused simultaneously on both versions of your specific person. You have to pick which one you're going to be faithful to. So if you're coming at it from a place of, okay, I'm going to affirm that my specific person is always affectionate with me, but you're doing it from a place of, I'm trying to fix this version of my specific person that is not affectionate. That keeps your awareness on the version of your specific person that is unaffectionate, which keeps you in a timeline or in a version of reality where your specific person is going to continue showing up that way, continue treating you in a way that you don't like. They're going to continue being unaffectionate with you because that's where your focus on. Your focus is on, I'm trying to fix them. And in reality, you have to remember, you're not fixing anything, right? You got to let go of trying to change anything in the 3D, right? Because you're not fixing anything. Creation is finished. There is already a version of your specific person that exists that loves being affectionate with you. Okay, that's just an example that I use. It could be that you desire a version of them that's in a happy, committed relationship with you, or a version of them that is married to you, or a version of them that lives with you, right? Whatever it is that your heart desires, you want to remember that this version of your specific person that you desire already exists. So you're never changing the current version of your specific person that you are seeing right now in the 3D. That's not what is happening when you are affirming. When you're affirming, you're simply selecting a different version of them that desires to be with you, that desires to be in a committed relationship with you, that desires to be married to you, okay? You are literally shifting your awareness to a different timeline where you will experience a different version of your specific person. The version of them that is unaffectionate, that does not want to be with you, that will always exist on a specific timeline, but you will no longer be on that timeline because you've saturated your subconscious mind with a new story that says, well, my specific person loves me and is always affectionate with me. And so now you're in a different version of reality with a different version of your specific person. And this is why it's so important to really take your attention off of the old story. And the way that you take your attention off of the old story is by replacing it with the new story. That's why you begin to think as if you are the version of you that has your specific person through affirmations. Okay, that's why you begin to tell the new story. You're telling that new story of how you prefer your specific person to be, simply because by doing this, you're selecting a different version of them from the quantum field that already thinks, feels, and acts in accordance to what it is that you are affirming. You are never changing the unfavorable version of them. It's so important to understand this. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in this cycle of, I'm trying to change my specific person. No, you're not. Right? You're not trying to change the version of them that doesn't want to be with you. You're not trying to change the version of them that is unaffectionate with you. Good luck with that, because you going to them in the 3D and saying, hey, this is why we should be in a relationship, and you trying to convince them or manipulate them in the 3D will never work. Because if you haven't changed your assumption, if inside of you still have a story that says SP doesn't love me, SP doesn't want to be with me, SP is never affectionate with me, then nothing you do in the 3D or say in the 3D will change the mind of your specific person, because you have an assumption that says otherwise. Your specific person is always reflecting back to you in the 3D your assumptions, your beliefs, and the dominant stories that you are telling. So if you want to experience a different version of your specific person, you must first change the way you see yourself in relation to your specific person. And that's why you change your stories about your specific person. There is no one else to change but self. You are literally becoming the version of you that knows that your specific person is always affectionate and loving towards you and is in a loving, committed relationship with you. You're becoming that version of you through affirmations. And then that lines you up with the version of your specific person that already thinks, feels, and acts in accordance to what it is that you prefer, to your new affirmations. So you're never trying to fix them. You're never trying to change them. You are simply choosing a different version of them. You are selecting a different version of them. And that's why you put your attention on the solution, meaning that's why you affirm the new story by thinking as if your specific person is already showing up the way that you prefer for them to be. And you stop telling the old story that says specific person hates me, they're not ready for commitment, they don't want to be with me, they're always unaffectionate with me, they're always putting their work before me, or whatever negative story it is that you have going on. You literally want to take your attention off of this. And the way you do that is by affirming the new story and replacing the old story with the new story every time you catch yourself thinking unfavorably about your specific person. This is how you choose a different version of them. This is how you select a different version of them, okay? Because remember, you are the operant power of your reality. And so when you are affirming, you are literally selecting a different version of your specific person simply through your affirmations. Your awareness is God, okay? Your awareness, what you shine light on through the stories that you are telling, is your superpower. That is what allows you to be the operant power of your reality, because you're literally shining a flashlight on a different portion of reality, on a different version of reality where your specific person already thinks, feels, and acts in accordance to what it is that you are affirming. Because remember, creation is finished. You're never creating anything. You're simply aligning yourself with a different version of reality, with a different version of your specific person. So when you're affirming for your specific person, you want to approach it from the mindset of, I am choosing a different version of them. I am selecting a different version of them. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to change the old version of them. I am selecting and choosing a different version of my specific person. When you do this, affirming will become much lighter, much fun, and there will be less resistance, right? Because the resistance that you feel is when you come at it from the mindset of, I'm trying to change my specific person, right? I'm trying to change the version of them that is an asshole or that isn't ready for commitment. No, you're not. You're leaving that version alone. You're literally washing your hands and saying, I'm leaving that alone. I'm going into my 4D world and I'm selecting a different version of them. And if you keep repeating your affirmation over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you will enter that state. You will enter a new state that says, oh yeah, my specific person loves me and adores me and is affectionate with me and wants to be in a relationship with me. And your subconscious mind will produce proof of this to you in your 3D reality. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful evening or a wonderful day. Mwah.